Hi, my name is Helen, and today I'd like to do a session on SQL tutorial. If you need the history of SQL, it started in 1970 by IBM researcher named Raymond Boyce and Donald Timberland. And if you need more additional history, I can do a session just for that. You just have to give me that request in my comment line. But what I'd like to do today is a lesson on SQL tutorial. And the tool I'm using for today's session is w3schools.com. I find it to be very useful for everything is online. So if you want to test your SQL statement, you can test it online. So SQL is a standard language for storing, manipulating, and retrieving data in a database. Our SQL tutorial will teach you how to use SQL in many different databases, such as MySQL, SQL Server, Microsoft Access, Oracle, Sybase, Informix, Postgres, and Vertica, and other database systems. And SQL stands for structured language, a structured query language. So using this example, today we will start with just the basic tutorial. And if you're interested in learning further, I will have additional tutorial lessons. But today we will start with the basic. So with the online editor, you can go ahead and do this along with me. And again, the website to use is w3schools.com/default.asp. Gives you the interactive tool for to be able to use your own SQL statement. So, and you can edit your SQL statement, and then you can see the result of that. They already have some sample tables out there. Our first example is going to be to go in detail of that. This statement you see here, select star or asterisk from customers and semicolon. So this is a basic statement. So this statement tells you you want to retrieve or select. Asterisk represents all the columns, all the rows. From references the table you want to get it from. So from, and then the next important thing is the table name, which in this case is customers, and semicolon. So there is a button right below that that says try it yourself. So if you click that, it takes you to a different page that actually lets you use that statement in editable format. So if I want, because I want customers table, I could do that. And then there's a button below that one that tells you run this SQL statement or SQL statement. So if you look at on the right side of that, you can see the table names displayed. And then each one of those tables have the number of records. For example, the table customers have 91 records. So if I run the button that says run SQL, I will go ahead and get the result below that. The result gives me there are 91 records. It gives me the detail of that table also. It gives me the customer ID is the first column. Customer name is the second column. Contact name is the third column. Address is the fourth column. City is the fifth column. Postal code is the sixth, and country is the seventh column. So it gives you the complete information. that you see. So select star or asterisk from customers gives you 91 records that you can scroll to see the complete set of the records. Now, just for this purpose, if I say I want to modify this SQL statement to say, I don't want to see 91 records. I just want to see portion of the records, subset of the records. So to do that, you will have to add additional statement that says additional clause where we already know the column name here. You can do city equals to, let's say the first row tells us Berlin. So if I put this, I'm adding additional criteria that only gives me the records. It's still gonna be star means all the columns. And then now all the columns from the customer table where city equals to Berlin. So if I run that statement, I see only one record. Looks like only one record is from Berlin. If I change the Berlin to Mexico, because I remember seeing Mexico, and then I run that, city, Mexico. I'm not sure if there's Mexico City. I put in country instead. So there is no result from Mexico City. So let's go back to Berlin. Oh, I misspelled. If I knew how to spell, I will. Oh. Okay. So instead of city, let's go ahead and say country. And then country equals to, since we already got Germany, let's try Mexico. So Mexico has 5 records, and none of the city is Mexico City. So you can see all of them are Mexico DF. So that's so it does have to match up. Every one of those criteria where clouds have to match up for the SQL statement to retrieve a valid result. And going back to the tutorial, today's tutorial is just the basic to be able to select data from a table. And I'd like to think that we have achieved that. We only have one audience here with us, but do you have any questions? If not, I will go ahead and end the session today, and I will pick up with the next tutorial, which is Introduction to SQL, in the next session. Oh, it seems like we have a chat line request. Oh, this question does not apply to our lesson, but thank you. We will have a lesson for that in the next, in a different session. So as for today, we will end our lesson here. And again, remember to subscribe. And if you have any questions or if there are any specific area that you're working on, feel free to send me in the comment line. Or if there are any specific topics that you'd like for me to cover around the SQL side, feel free to ask us questions.